Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Over the course of the next few days here on my channel, we are going to be discussing some skincare. I'm specifically going to be sharing my fall winter skincare routine. Typically a couple times a year I will update you guys on what I'm doing for my skin. I'll usually share a spring summer skincare with me, and then also a fall and winter version. Clearly we are now actually past the middle of October, which is crazy, so we are well into the fall at this point. And I'm really excited to share this year's routine with you, because this is the first fall and winter where I am dealing with more combination skin versus extremely oily skin. I don't think the routine is going to change drastically, because over the last many years at this point, I feel like I have been working on hydrating my oily skin, because that really does slow down the oil production significantly. So if you're still struggling with really oily skin, I'm telling you, work on hydrating that oily skin. It really does trick it into thinking that it doesn't need to produce quite as much oil. You'll still have oily skin, but it'll just be less oily. So I want to give you guys hope. Listen, if my skin can finally get to a point where it is like becoming a little bit more normal, if you will, yours might as well. Just give it some time. I didn't believe my skin ever really would. So yeah, again, with these videos, I am not trying to tell you that this is the routine that you need. I'm not telling you to go out and buy all of these products. I am simply sharing what works for me with my skin type. Maybe you'll find a suggestion, or these might be all the wrong products for you. It's really going to depend on what your skin needs. So you really need to think about your skin type. You need to think about the types of ingredients that you need to address those issues, and then tailor your routine around that. I will put links to everything that I'm mentioning if you want to maybe go read up about some of these items. But again, I'm not telling you that you need to go purchase all of these things and use them in this exact order, because that's what I'm doing. It's just what works for me. So I'm a huge advocate of everybody figuring out their own skin and then creating a routine that works for you. Some people prefer to only use a couple of products in their skincare routine. And then there are people like me who use a lot of different products. I don't think either one is better. It's just what works for you. The main thing with skincare, and this is something that I will always stress, is that one, it needs to be tailored to your skin type, your skin concerns, your issues, and you need to actually use the skincare consistently. That means morning and night, apply the products, do what you need to do, and make sure that you are using the products. If you're not using them, you're probably not going to make very much progress, right? So I know it's really easy to just kind of be lazy when it comes to stuff like this, but I'm telling you, create a routine and maintain that routine as much as possible. Do I go to bed with my makeup on every once in a while? Yes, because sometimes I do get really tired, but I always try to force myself to, at the very least, wash my face at the end of the day and put on a moisturizer before going to bed. But consistency is key, right? So as long as you are creating a routine that is designed for you and you're consistent with it, you're gonna see some great results. So we're gonna kick off today's video with the skincare devices that I am using the most consistently. I will tell you a little bit about the devices, why I'm using them, the schedule that I'm using them on. And yeah, I'll link them down below if you happen to be interested in any of them. So check that out. In tomorrow's video, I'll share a typical morning skincare routine, and then on Wednesday, I'll share a typical evening skincare routine. I'm not going to do the usual style of where we're in my bathroom together, actually going through the skincare routine, me washing my face, putting everything on. I'm just going to talk about it here on camera. So yeah, if you're interested in any of that, stay tuned for the next few days. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the skincare devices that I am currently using the most consistently. So let's get into it. The first device that I am going to mention is my Banish microneedle device. This is something that I've been using now for many months. I use their 0.25 millimeter heads here, so you're probably not even really going to be able to see those little needles there. This is essentially to help infuse my skincare into the skin. I really like this device because it makes it very easy to get straight channels into the skin. I do not find this uncomfortable. Do I bleed a little bit sometimes? Yeah, every once in a while, but it's not a big deal. I don't consider this super painful. Around the bony areas, like this part of my forehead here is a little sensitive. Sometimes around my jaw, it can feel a little bit sensitive, but not crazy painful. I do this once or twice a week. Now, one of the biggest things that I have noticed from doing microneedling fairly consistently is how much it has helped to improve the scars that I have on the tip of my nose as well as on my chin. These scars are now officially 1 year old. It's just about the 1 year anniversary of me going to the dermatologist last year and my dermatologist offering to remove some fibrous papules on my face that were kind of annoying me. I didn't do any research prior to agreeing to let him remove these things. Luckily they weren't skin cancer or anything like that, so that was good to know, but I was not prepared for the scarring afterwards, and I was left with a pretty big divot on the tip of my nose. You can see it right there still, as well as on my chin. I actually think that the one on my chin looks significantly better. The one on my nose definitely does look better, but I feel like I'm still gonna keep working at it. But the one on my chin, like, you can hardly tell anymore. Like, it's right here. I can feel it, but it doesn't look nearly as deep. And part of, I think, the progress with these two scars has been microneedling them somewhat on the regular. It really does help to build new collagen in your skin, and that can help with reducing the look of some scars. So I really love this device. It is very easy to replace the heads. I use these for about 8 to 9 uses. They say that you can use it up to 8 uses, but sometimes I've gotten up to 10 uses out of one of these heads. And like I said, they're very easy to change out. You just plop a new one in here and turn it, and then you are ready to go. It's really easy to disinfect this after each use. I just keep a bottle of alcohol in the bathroom and I fill it to the fill line here, and then I will soak the head in there for, I don't know, about an hour or so typically. Then I will shake off the excess alcohol, let this air dry, and it's basically ready for the next use. And then obviously pour the alcohol out, and this is sanitized and ready to go for the next use. I love this system. It's very, very easy to use. I do think it helps my skincare to infuse a little bit deeper into my skin. And I think it has also helped immensely with this scarring on my face. This is something that I will always do at least once a week. I highly recommend trying microneedling, but don't get the rollers. Those rollers will enter the skin at different angles, and that's really not the best. These stampers, even if it's not the Banish, if you don't get the Banish, that's fine, but find a stamper style where you are going directly into the skin and not entering at different angles like you would with one that you would roll onto your skin. So just helps with the potential scarring, and yeah, this is fantastic, super easy to use. Love it, will not be without it. I should have probably started with this because this is something that I've used since 2011 nonstop. In fact, this one is brand new. That's right, this is a brand new Clarisonic. How did I get my hands on a brand new one? Since the company is now defunct, well, I went on Mercari. There are people who still have Clarisonics that I guess they were either gifted or purchased a long time ago, and the boxes are sealed. And I found someone who had a Clarisonic Smart Profile, which is what I had for many, many years, but I dropped it in the shower. And so I still have a ton of brush heads left. I was like, listen, I'm not willing to give it up. I know, like, this company they've been gone for a little while, but I still love this device. I don't think there is a better skincare cleansing device for my skin than the Clarisonic. Now, once this Clarisonic bites the dust, and my other two travel Clarisonics, once they bite the dust, once they are gone for good and I can no longer get my hands on any more of these devices, I will just go for the Foreo cleansing devices. I actually already own a Foreo Go. It's fantastic. It's a great device. It's just not this one. So I don't think you need a cleansing device. This is just something that has worked incredibly well for me over the years. I feel like it gets my skin very, very clean. But if you have a washcloth, or, I mean, even if you are cleaning with your fingers, as long as you are really making sure to, you know, work that cleanser into your skin for at least a minute or two, then you should be fine. I don't think you need a skincare device. I just think for me, it has helped immensely in terms of cleaning my skin properly over the years. So this is just a me thing, but man, I love it. And yeah, I'm still gonna mention it because I just bought this one. I spent $200 on that, which is crazy, but that's how much I love it. I do, I love it. The next device that I am still using diligently once a week is my Foreo Bear. I just keep it in the little pouch because it keeps it protected in the bathroom drawer. But this is the Foreo Bear. This is the microcurrent device that I have been using now for quite some time. Like I said, just once a week. Now, I used to use this like on other areas of my face. Like sometimes I would use it, you know, on the tops of my cheekbones here. But for the most part, currently, I am mostly just using this along my jawline. Now, I'm specifically using it on my jawline still because I'm trying to keep this area as tight as possible. So if you're newer around here, I have to get Tox. I get Xeomin, but if you're not aware, Xeomin is just a different type of Botox, if you will. But I get Xeomin injected into my masseter muscles twice a year. I'm down to only needing to do it twice a year. In fact, I'm going to tomorrow for my second injection this year. But I get it into both of my masseter muscles because I am one of those people that is an intense teeth grinder and like teeth clencher. Whenever I feel even like the slightest amount of stress, I take it out on my teeth. And I have definitely damaged my teeth over the years. And a lot of times I'm grinding and clenching during the day, not even so much when I'm sleeping at night. I'm not willing to wear a mouth guard during the day. So I decided to give Tox a try. And it has completely reduced the urge to clench and grind, like completely. So this is saving my teeth. I am more than happy to pay for it because the amount of dental work that was going to be required had I cracked one of my teeth or worn them down to the point where I would need crowns on everything, you know, like that was not an option. So, but here's the thing with getting the Tox in my masseter muscles. If you have been watching my channel for a very long time, you've probably kind of slowly seen my face changing over the last several years. And it is specifically because of the loss of bulk in these muscles back here. My face used to be a lot more round because these muscles were so large. The Tox immobilizes those muscles and they essentially shrink down. So That's why my face looks different. And also why I'm starting to deal with a little bit of jowling in this area is because this skin is no longer as tight as it was back here because it was stretched over these big muscles, right? So I lost some laxity by doing this, but listen, I'd rather keep my teeth a little bit longer into old age. So in the meantime, I am just using this to kind of tighten this area up. Using it once a week seems to be enough, but also before special events, I'll also do a little session because it really does, like, it definitely works, but you have to keep up with it. It is not something where you can just use this like once or twice and then you're good to go. You have to continue to use it. So for me, that maintenance of once a week and just doing, you know, like short sessions is perfect. I love this device. It's incredibly easy to use. You just have your little, where's the charging port on the side here. You know, I just keep the little charging cord in here and I only have to charge it every so often and she is good to go. This is a great one. Definitely would recommend. I have been using, and I've never reviewed this, but I've been using this Nira laser for a very long time. I really do need to finally review this, but I have specifically been using this around my smile lines now for probably, I think it's been close to a year. I really do need to do a video regarding this device, but I really think that this has helped to reduce these smile lines significantly. When I look at my mom's face, like it just kind of lets me know in terms of aging what is coming down the pipeline, because I do look quite a bit like my mama, and my like skin trajectory has kind of always followed hers. So my mom has these really, really deep smile lines, which are beautiful because she got them from years and years of, you know, laughing and smiling and just being an amazing human being. But they are really, really deep and set in. And I don't know, I don't like the, because I wear makeup, my mom does not. So I don't like makeup collecting in lines on the face. So I decided to try this to see if it could kind of help, you know, like stimulate the collagen in that area, and then also just to help like reduce the look of these lines. And I really do think that over the last year, there has definitely been some improvement just in terms of like the fullness in this area again. I really do think this thing works. It's really expensive, but I do think it works. So yeah, I should probably do a formal video on it, but I am still using this. I use it once a week, sometimes twice a week, and just specifically mostly in this area over here. I have done a little bit around this eye area, but I really don't have much wrinkling up here. I'm pretty lucky. My oily skin has definitely kept my aging at bay for a little bit, I feel like. But now, you know, that things are not quite as oily anymore, I do anticipate that the signs of aging are going to start hitting me maybe a little bit more aggressively. But yeah, I've been pretty lucky. But you know, it's not an uncomfortable device. Like, you feel like a slight warming on the skin. That's it. And it's very quick and easy to use as well. So this is a great one as well. I know a lot of people out there have a code for this one. So I don't know. If you've ever wondered about it, I've really been enjoying this device. So I don't know. If you're interested, I would read up more about it. And the last thing that I want to mention is red light therapy. I'm still doing it. I have my Mito panel over here in the corner, and sometimes I will sit in that, you see that pink chair right there? Sometimes I'll sit in that pink chair and just bathe in the red light in here. I do have the Lumara panel, which if I want to lay in bed and do a red light treatment, I have that in the master bedroom. But if I want to do a red light treatment while I'm doing chores around the house, I also have the Lumara mask. I am specifically no longer using near infrared, at least for right now, because I do think that it was starting to maybe trigger my melasma a little bit on my forehead. I didn't notice that for a very long time, but I felt like within the last like 6 to 8 months, when I was using the near infrared on the Mito panel, that I did notice the melasma looking just a little darker. So I turn off the near infrared on that now. And the Lumara does not have near infrared. It's just the regular red light. I love this particular one because of the eye protection here. Like, you're not being blinded by anything. The coverage on this one is wild, you guys. There are so many more diodes on this mask than other versions that are on the market. So I have reviewed this device. I'll link my review down below in the description box if you're curious. I really love the Lumara system, you guys. And if you are in the market for a red light therapy system, I highly, highly recommend them. I still love my Mito panel, and I would recommend the Mito panels, absolutely. But this Lumara system, especially their mask, it is insanely comfortable. It's super, super flexible. And like I said, the red light coverage is way more substantial, way more substantial. So let me see, is this, I feel like I needed to charge this the other day. I'm not sure it's gonna turn on, but let's see. Oh, it is, okay, good. Sorry, this is really bright, sorry. But do you see the amount of diodes on here? I don't even know if they're really gonna show up on camera, but this is like complete coverage. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Oh, I love it. And this one's just really also super comfortable. Sorry, I need to turn that off. But I do need to charge this, so that's gonna be done right after this video. But yeah, I love this thing. I do this at least three days out of the week. Sometimes I will try to do it every single day. But because these this particular mask is so powerful, because the panel is so powerful, as is the Lumara panel, I only need to do about 10 minutes max at a time at this point. So 10 minutes is very easy for me to do. Here's the thing that I want to say though. Listen, if you are the type of person who knows that you're not a device person, if you have purchased things in the past and you just get bored with them and you set them to the side, don't buy any of these devices. They are way too expensive to just be, you know, a paperweight in your bathroom, essentially. If you're going to invest in stuff like this, you should definitely be the type of person that uses it very consistently. Otherwise, just stick with a good solid skincare routine and maybe save your money for some in-office treatments, which definitely can make a big difference. And that way you're not having to worry about taking the time to use something at home for a long period of time until you actually see some results. So yeah, these are devices that I will continue to use throughout the remainder of this fall and winter season. They are quality devices that I think have made a really big difference in my skin, that are worthwhile. Nope, you don't need them, but they work really well for me. So if we saw, if I lose something, if I really love it, I will immediately replace it, as was the case with this. But yeah, I mean, even with this like Foreo Bear, once this one stops holding a charge, this is the microcurrent device that I would definitely repurchase again, because it has worked incredibly well now for a number of years, and it's just really effective. But you have to use these things consistently. All right, I hope that that was helpful. Like I said, stay tuned for tomorrow and Wednesday this week. We're gonna talk both morning and evening skincare routine. I would love to know in the comments down below what devices you use regularly and whether you think those devices have been effective for you, whether you would recommend them. So I look forward to seeing what you guys are doing in terms of your at-home skincare routine as well. All right, here comes the dogs, which means I think it's time to feed them. So, all I appreciate you guys being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Check the description box for some links, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.